Hey guys, Ben here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to the 2021 Golden Globes nominations. They were just announced and we're going to be reacting. We're going to be looking up the screen and we're going to be going through my thoughts and opinions on all the different nominations, going through the snubs, the kind of what the fuck picks, and then also the surprises and everything else that comes with it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. So Best Motion Picture Drama. Golden Globes does that. They split up musical or comedy to drama. Still think they should change that. But anyway, Best Motion Picture Drama, we have The Father, Mank, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. Pretty much as expected. Of course, Trial was going to be there. We knew that it was going to be a big thing for the HFPA. They do like the kind of, pleasing films, like crowd-pleasing films. So not a surprise there. Promising Young Woman is a nice surprise. I didn't know if they would go for it, but they did, and they really liked it, it seems. That's very good. Nomadland, no surprise. Very happy Mank is here because people were like, oh no, Mank, it was just like David Fincher, and it's not as good as his other films, so he's not going to get nominated. But no, Mank gets nominated. I'm very happy about that because that's one of my favorite films this year. Also, The Father, not that much of a surprise. Best Motion Picture, Musical or Comedy, Borat, Hamilton, Music, what the hell is Music, Palm Springs, and The Prom. So this is kind of where it starts to go a bit, like Borat, to be expected, kind of worthy, although it's not really an awards film. However, then you move on to Hamilton. It's won Tonys, it's a play, it isn't in fact a film, they just filmed a stage play. I don't think it should be eligible. That's just my own opinion, and a lot of people share that opinion. Because it's won Tonys, I feel like it should be automatically disqualified. And that's not to say it's not great, because apparently it is really great, and I can't wait to watch it. But I don't think it should be eligible. Anyway, Music. What the hell is Music? No one has heard about this film. This came out of absolutely nowhere. And this is your usual Golden Globes kind of like, they just want a star to come, they want people to come. So this music film that I've never heard of before today was directed by Sia, the singer, and that's why they nominated it, because they want her to talk about the Golden Globes to get them views and stuff. And obviously they love it, like if it was a normal year and they could do the ceremony in person, they would have loved to have someone like that there at the event. But anyway, she will be promoting it via social media and whatnot, so that's one of the main reasons. Also, Kate Hudson is in that, and apparently it's very controversial to do with how it depicts autism, and it's got really bad reviews. So it seems like this is another kind of Angelina Jolie situation with the Golden Globes and The Tourist. Palm Springs to be expected, The Prom to be expected. I'm very happy about The Prom being in there because I really enjoyed it. Although a lot of people didn't as much, so kind of a bit of a surprising pick. Although it seemed like the Golden Globes would eat it up. Best Director in a Motion Picture, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman. That is a surprise. I did not expect that. I think in my predictions I put Spike Lee down. That is one of the biggest snubs, and we'll get to that right now. Da 5 Blood's got no nominations at all, and people were expecting it to get at least like 2 or 3 nominations, but there's nothing. And I think that's terrible how they completely snubbed it. But yeah, so next Best Director after Emerald Fennell is David Fincher for Mank. Super happy about that. I think he should win, personally. Regina King is very deserving for One Night in Miami. She does a really good job with that. Aaron Sorkin for Trial of Chicago 7. I don't know why they included him. I guess they just really like Trial. And then Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. No surprise there. Okay, so Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. They really should cut down these sort of titles. It's super long, and it's like, what category are we on right now? But anyway, Viola Davis got in for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Very good pick. Andra Day for the United States versus Billie Holiday. I haven't actually finished watching that. I started watching it, so I can't really give my opinion on the film, but all I know is it didn't get good reviews, so I'm kind of surprised that got in. Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, not a surprise. Frances McDormand for Nomadland, not a surprise. Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman, a little bit of a surprise. Even though people were predicting it, We weren't sure how much the Globes were going to love it, but they really liked it. And so I'm happy with Carrie being in there. And I think who would win out of this? I think I would pick probably Carrie out of all of them. And if I quickly go back up, I can give my thoughts on who should win. I think David Fincher should win for Mank for Best Director. And then Best Picture Musical Comedy, I think The Prom should win. That's just my personal opinion. Or Borat, but I would prefer The Prom. And then Best Motion Picture Drama, I would go Mank as well. Alright, Best Performance by an Actress in a Musical Comedy, Maria Bakalova for Borat. Not a surprise at all. We knew that they would eat up Borat, even though it's not a very awardsy film, like I said. But not a surprise that she got in. Kate Hudson for music. Like, come on, man. Like, you're very obvious Golden Globes. No one's heard of this film, and it's got terrible reviews. It's very controversial. Of course, they nominated it. Michelle Pfeiffer for French Exit. I predicted that, so I kind of figured they might like French Exit a bit, and I'm very happy with that because I think she's amazing, and she would be my pick to win this category. Rosamund Pike for I Care a Lot. That's a bit of a surprise. Some people really like that film. Anya Taylor-Joy for Emma. Not a surprise. I did predict it. She's good, but I don't know. She's not as good as like Michelle Pfeiffer. But yeah, that's a weird category. Some surprises. I think Michelle Pfeiffer should win, and I have no idea why Kate Hudson's in there. Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role. Glenn Close, Hillbilly Elegy. Not a surprise. I just feel like the Golden Globes would like Hillbilly Elegy. It's just a Golden Globes thing. Olivia Colman for The Father. Not a surprise. I guess they're like, oh, Glenn Close, Olivia Colman. We can have like this same battle they had a few years ago. But yeah. Then we have a really good pick, Jodie Foster for The Mauritanian. The Mauritanian isn't out yet, but it's really good. And I just interviewed another person, which we'll get to, from that film, and I also interviewed the director. So I really like The Mauritanian, and I'm very happy that Jodie Foster got in. Amanda Seyfried for Mank, my number one pick for Best Supporting Actress, and so I'm very happy she got in. Helena Zengel got in for News of the World, the kid in the film. Not a surprise because we kind of knew that they would like News of the World, but they didn't nominate Tom Hanks, which is interesting, but they nominated the kid. But I would pick Amanda Seyfried, but I do think Jodie Foster's a really good pick. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Riz Ahmed, Sound of Metal. Not a surprise. I'm happy Riz got in because I'm a big fan of him. Even though I think maybe he could have got in for Mowgli, but it hasn't really come out in America, only really in England. But he did a really good performance this year in that. Chadwick Boseman, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Totally deserving. He's really good. Anthony Hopkins, The Father, not a surprise. Gary Oldman, Mank, is not a surprise, but at the same time, everyone was like, Mank's not going to get nominations and stuff, but like, Mank got the most nominations, so I'm very happy that Gary Oldman got in. And then Tahar Rahim from The Mauritanian, he is the person that I interviewed the other day, and he's really cool, and his role is amazing. He does such a good job in The Mauritanian, so I'm super happy he got in. But I think my overall pick would be Gary Oldman for Mank, even though I think Chadwick and Tahar are very deserving as well. Okay, best performance by an actor in a musical or comedy. This is a bit of a weird one as well. Sasha Baron Cohen for Borat, no surprise there. James Corden for The Prom, that freaked people out. And people were like, oh, Meryl Streep should have got nominated. But, like, I'm surprised. But at the same time, I'm not. Because this is the Golden Globes. And they love their kind of weird picks. I wouldn't nominate him for, like an award. I thought he was good. And I thought, he does a great job singing and everything like that. But is it awards worthy? I don't know. But I love The Prom. So I'm very biased. Lin-Manuel Miranda for Hamilton. Again, no idea why Hamilton is included. Dev Patel for The Personal History of David Copperfield. I'm very happy that Dev got in because I really like him. And The Personal History of David Copperfield wasn't my favorite when I watched it in the cinema, like way back at the start of last year. But the more I think about it, the more I want to rewatch it, and the more I like it. So, and Dev is amazing in it anyway. So, yeah, I guess I was just comparing it to the director's film before, The Death of Stalin, which I loved. Andy Samberg got in for Palm Springs, not a surprise. Okay, so best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture. So Sasha Baron Cohen got nominated again. So they really want him to perform as like Borat or Come Out or something like. So he got nominated for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Not much of a surprise, but I don't see him that being that worthy compared to some of the other cast members. Daniel Kaluuya got in for Judas and the Black Messiah. That is a really good pick. I love Judas. It was a really good film, and Daniel kills it. Jared Leto for The Little Things. Why is he in here? I don't know. He was the worst thing about The Little Things, in my opinion. And The Little Things, I gave it a 2-star. I didn't like it. And Jared Leto, I have no idea how the hell he got in here. This is one of their weird kind of WTF picks, in my opinion, and a lot of other people's opinions, because no one really likes The Little Things that much. Alright, Bill Murray got in for On the Rocks, and that's not really a surprise. We kind of knew that he was going to get in. Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami for playing Sam Cooke. Totally worthy, so good. My pick would be either Leslie or Daniel Kaluuya. I'm gonna slide more towards Daniel Kaluuya. Alright, best screenplay motion picture. Emerald Fennell got in for Promising Young Woman. That was a big surprise. I'm very happy it got in because I think that's worthy. And I'm just very happy for Emerald, I think, because I think people were kind of questioning, is Promising Young Woman going to get into any of this stuff or not? And I'm happy it is, actually, because it's a surprising pick, but like a very cool pick. Jack Fincher for Mank, totally worthy. Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of Chicago 7. I mean, that kind of made sense if considering they loved it so much. Florian Zeller and Christopher Hampton for The Father. That makes sense. They like The Father a lot. It's got like 3 nominations, I think. Chloe Zhao for Nomadland. Again, makes sense. I think Mank should win. Jack Fincher, definitely. Okay, let's move on. Best Original Score Motion Picture. So this is one of my favorite categories. You've got Alexandre Desplat for The Midnight Sky. So Alexandre has been nominated many times, and he's a great composer. Although I don't know if I would nominate The Midnight Sky for score, but you know, he's a good composer, so what do I have to complain? Ludwig Göransson for Tenet, completely worthy, the best score of the year. James Newton Howard, News of the World, to be expected as well. And then Trent Reznor and Atrocicus Ross. I can never say his last name right. So anyway, so Trent Reznor and Ross, I will say. So for Mank and Soul, they got in, and very worthy, especially for Mank. So my picks, my favorite 2 scores of the year is Tenet and Mank, so I'm very happy about this. I'm going to say Tenet. I want Tenet to win, and hopefully it will win, and I think it's got a good chance. Best Original Song, Fight For You, Judas and the Black Messiah, Hear My Voice, The Trial of Chicago 7, Scene, The Life Ahead, One Night in Miami for Speak Now, Tigris and Tweed from the United States versus Billie Holiday. Yeah, I mean, not that predictable apart from Speak Now and Hear My Voice and Fight For You. I'm going to go, I want Speak Now to win for One Night in Miami. I actually listened to that like just yesterday, and I think it's a good song. It's in the end credits of One Night in Miami if you want to go check it out on Amazon. Best Motion Picture, Animated Film, The Croods, New Age, Onward, Over the Moon, Soul, Wolfwalkers. Literally no kind of surprise there. Like, all the films that are getting nominated in animated film are the exact same ones in every single place, like bar like one maybe. Best Motion Picture, Foreign Language. This is the last category, so another round, completely worthy, one of the best films this year. I love that nomination. Wish it got in elsewhere as well. La Llorona got in, so not a surprise. The Life Ahead, bit of a surprise, even though everyone's like freaking out about Sophia Loren. I don't know her, so I can't really comment on that. Minari got in, and Two of Us, but I want to talk about Minari because this leads me on, because we finished all of the nominations. That is my full reactions, but I want to talk about the snubs, the surprises, and the WTF picks. So I've got a few of them over here on my screen, and so let's go through this. So Minari was ineligible to be nominated for Best Picture because it's classed as a foreign language film, even though it's made by an American production company. The director's American, the main star, Steven Yeun, is American, and it's an American story set in America. But then the HFPA were like, oh, but they speak a different language, so like of course it's a foreign film. They did that with A Farewell last year, which was an American film as well. And it makes them ineligible for Best Picture, and I think that's very stupid, that it was snubbed from Best Picture, where it could have totally got in. Okay, so, yeah, Minari, foreign language only, then nothing for Da 5 Bloods, and that we talked about earlier. No Judas and the Black Messiah in Best Picture. That's a big surprise. I don't know why that was not included. And then some WTF picks. You have music. What the hell is music? We talked about that. Hamilton, Jared Leto, James Corden, surprised people, surprised to me, even though I like The Prom. I don't think, maybe he shouldn't have been nominated. And then kind of one of the big things is in all the precursors leading up to the big awards like the Golden Globes and stuff, but the Golden Globes is very different from like the Oscars and BAFTAs. I think Oscars and BAFTAs are like the big ones you should care about. But anyway, people obviously react to the Golden Globes because they have a big event, and it's a big event every year. And so even me, I'm like, yeah, it's just the Golden Globes, but at the same time, I do pay attention to it. So it's kind of annoying when they miss out on such big films and kind of big things that people have been expecting. So no Paul Raci or Yun Yo Jung. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but the grandma in Minari. So that's a big surprise, a big snub. And then you have surprises like Promising Young Woman showing up in Best Screenplay and Best Director. I think they're very good surprises, along with Tahar Rahim and Jodie Foster getting in for The Mauritanian. So, I mean, the whole awards it's a big mess. However, there is some great picks in there, but there's some terrible and very obviously attention picks, like, the tourist style. So, anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please be sure to subscribe if you want more award season reactions when nominations come out. I believe SAG is coming out sometime in the next few days. But anyway, for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.